reactions of Arvind Kejriwal at this point in time.
पिछले कुछ सालों से भारतीय जनता पार्टी जिस तरह से शराब घोटाला कर रही थी और हमारे ऊपर आरोप लगा रही थी, आज कोर्ट ने सारे आरोप खारिज कर दिए और जितने भी एक्यूज्ड थे सबको डिस्चार्ज कर दिया। हम हमेशा कहते थे सत्य की जीत होती है, हमें भारतीय न्याय प्रणाली पे भरोसा है। मैं जज साहब का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं जिन्होंने हमारे साथ न्याय किया, सत्य की जीत हुई। मैं हमेशा कहता था कि भगवान हमारे साथ है। ये केजरीवाल भ्रष्ट नहीं है, मैंने केवल अपनी जिंदगी में ईमानदारी कमाई है। इन्होंने झूठा केस लगाया और आज ये साबित हो गया, कोर्ट ने कहा है कि केजरीवाल कट्टर ईमानदार है, मनीष सिसोदिया कट्टर ईमानदार है, आम आदमी पार्टी कट्टर ईमानदार है। मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी से कहना चाहता हूं, सत्ता के लिए इस तरह से खिलवाड़ मत कीजिए, देश के साथ इस तरह से संविधान के साथ खिलवाड़ मत कीजिए। आपको सत्ता चाहिए, अच्छे काम कीजिए। आज देश के सामने इतनी बड़ी बड़ी समस्याएं हैं, महंगाई है, बेरोजगारी है, पूरे देश में सड़कें टूटी पड़ी है, चारों तरफ पोल्यूशन ही पोल्यूशन हो रहा है, चारों तरफ देश में इतनी समस्याएं हैं। उन समस्याओं का समाधान करके सत्ता में आइए ना। केजरीवाल पे, आम आदमी पार्टी पे झूठे केस क्यों करते हैं?
एक बार फिर गर्व हो रहा है कि देश के संविधान पर, बाबा साहब अम्बेडकर पर, जिन्होंने इतना शानदार संविधान दिया। और आज एक बार
For a moment there for Aam Aadmi Party, as far as their politics is concerned, they were at least until for a couple of months, in fact, or rather even longer, leaders behind bars facing these charges that had been leveled not just by the CBI but, Munish, by the Enforcement Directorate as well. There was no criminal intent. It's an egg on the face of the investigating agencies. Also, BJP had been harping on this and had, in fact, their criticism was even more shrill in the run-up to the elections in Delhi, which the Saffron clan eventually won. Munish.
Indeed, Sneha, and remember when the case came into the light of media, when the Central Bureau of Investigation filed a charge sheet in this case, when Manish Sisodia's premises were raided by the Central Bureau of Investigation, later by the Enforcement Directorate also, there was, there was a series of press conferences by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and the allegations which were leveled against the Aam Aadmi Party government, especially against Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia, that the government, the then government, was involved in corruption, and through excise policy, crores and crores of rupees were generated by the Aam Aadmi Party, and it was used in multiple elections, including in the Goa elections. These were the allegations leveled by the Bharatiya Janata Party. It won't be wrong to say that, the entire state elections, the last Delhi elections were fought on the lines that the Aam Aadmi Party government is a corrupt government. Arvind Kejriwal was arrested by the Enforcement Directorate. He had to spend few months in the Tihar jail. Manish Sisodia was arrested by the Central Bureau of Investigation, later by the Enforcement Directorate. He had to spend more than 1 year in the Tihar jail. So there was a narrative which was built by the, the Bharatiya Janata Party, and in fact to some extent by the Congress Party also, because the state elections were, coming in those days. But Sneha, what we have seen in politics is that whenever there is an allegation against anyone, everyone tries to, get the spotlight, level the charges against the other party leaders. And in this case, there was Delhi election. It was on stake, and that is why not only the matter of Arvind Kejriwal's residence, but especially this, excise policy case, Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia were shown one of the prime accused in this case, not only by both the agencies, ED and the Central Bureau of Investigation, but also by the politicians, especially from the Bharatiya Janata Party. But now, Arvind Kejriwal is going to use this for his advantage because Punjab elections are coming. He is planning to extend the party beyond, the national capital and some other states. So he is going to take this narrative in his political rallies that there was a political vendetta against me. I was doing good for the people of Delhi, and because BJP wanted to come into power, the agencies were misused. False accusations were made against me. Falsely, I was arrested. These are the lines which Arvind Kejriwal is going to take during his political rallies. So it won't be wrong to say that he is going to use this for his advantage. But as far as today's hearing is concerned, Sneha, one thing is very clear, that it's a huge setback for the Central Bureau of Investigation, and the ripple effect of this hearing, of this outcome, is going to be seen in the case which has been filed by the Enforcement Directorate, because both the cases are very similar, and ED's case is based on the FIR which was filed by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Sneha.
And of course, Arvind Kejriwal, the triumphant today, has spoken about the fact that this was a witch hunt, an argument that he had been making. Nalini also continues to be with us on that story. Nalini, once again, take us through the arguments of the court today, what the court has said, punching holes in what the investigating agencies had to say about the so-called Liquorgate scam. The sting has been completely taken out of the attacks that were made by the BJP as well, isn't it?
Sneha, the main thing that the court has said throughout its pronouncement today, while it was deciding the cases of all 23 accused, is that the charges in the charge sheet are very serious. There is no doubt about that. But for these serious charges, there also has to be some material, some evidence to support these charges. Now, why has the court said that there is no material or evidence on record to support these charges? The main statement that has been made by the court, main observation rather made by the court, is that the entire case of the investigating agency in this matter is built on the statement that was given by several approvers. Now, the problem with that is that a lot of these approvers were already pardoned by the agency, stating that there will be no action taken against them if they agree to turn approvers in this particular case. So for an entire case to be built on the statement of merely approvers without any corroborating or evidence complementing those statements is a huge problem for the trial court. The trial court said that though the charges are serious, without any evidence backing these charges, we cannot allow for these charges to be framed against all of these accused. What's shocking about this, Neha, is that not even against one single accused could the CBI get any credible evidence to back the claims that they had made in the charge sheet. And it wasn't 1 or 2 or 5 accused. It was a total of 23 accused. So the fact that the CBI could not get solid evidence even against a single of one of those 23 accused is a big question mark on how this entire case was investigated in the first place. And though this was limited to the CBI case, Munish is absolutely right when he says that the ripple effects of this will result on the ED case as well, because the FIR, the original FIR that was filed, was from the CBI case. So today's order, though has been pronounced on the CBI's charge sheet, we still have to see what kind of impact it has on the ED's case. Because not even a single charges have been framed against them. Against all of the accusers closed. There will be no further proceedings until and unless, of course, the CBI chooses to challenge this order before the High Court and hope to get this order overturned.
That's right. Nalini, be with us. I'm just going to come back to you.